Hello and welcome to Allegedly Astrology. Each week we break down the astrology that happened during some of the biggest scandals and events in history.
Thanks so much to everyone for listening to our show. And if you want to support us, you can leave us a 5-star review and subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on.
And if you do leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and DM us a screenshot of your review, we'll make you a custom meme of your big three and send you a quick write-up about it.
We also have a very cool and exclusive Patreon. So if you want more awesome astrology content, join us at patreon.com/allegedlyastrology.
And make sure you follow us. We're Allegedly Astrology on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and Allegedly Astro on Twitter. You can also visit our website, allegedlyastrology.com, to learn more about us and the show, or book a reading with Dana. You could also check out charts and transcripts for select episodes there.
Yes, so as with our last month's episodes on none other than Luigi Mangione, we're not doing any more seasons, but we're going to post a 2-part episode each month. So this is part 1. Dana, what are we talking about today?
Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet's relationship.
Yes. So, like I mentioned, this is part 1 of 2. And in this part, we're going to give you a brief overview of their relationship timeline and then go through each of their charts individually so you can get a little bit of who they are as people. And then in part 2, we'll do their synastry chart and their Davison chart and, of course, predictions. Ready? Let's go.
Okay, also, I'm obsessed that you just called him Timmy. Is that like the
yeah,
name?
people call him Timmy.
Okay.
Everyone calls him Timmy.
I like to call him
Kylie calls him Timmy. Dana's going to call him Timothée, and I'm going to call him Timmy.
Okay, I'm going to do Timmy too, because it's so crazy.
It's easier than Timothée.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so first up, we have Kylie. I mean, she's very well known, but in case you need a refresher, she is a media personality, a beauty mogul, and a member of the Kardashian-Jenner family. She used her massive social media following to build Kylie Cosmetics, and she turned into one of the youngest self-made billionaires because of that, though it's like a little disputed on if that is true or not.
Yeah, I think that she's a billionaire, or she was, but like the self-made part is a little up in the air.
I feel like, I don't know if it was just widely speculated on, but I sort of accepted the idea that that was just another like Kris Jenner sort of spin to make people talk about, to keep them
to
in the
talk
news.
about it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder.
It's true.
So Kylie was with rapper Travis Scott on and off for 5 years, and she has 2 kids with him, Stormy and Air, previously known as Wolf. Do you guys remember that drama?
Mm-hmm. They changed the baby's name. I also just remembered she has 2 kids.
Crying in the shower when she like realized, she's like, I named my baby Wolfie. Like, what did I do? I don't know. I remember that.
Wolf is kind of a cool name.
Wolf Blitzer?
Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Wolfgang?
I do like Wolf better than Air with an E, but I also don't care. They have weird names. They can.
Yeah. So Kylie and Travis officially split in January of 2023. And rumors of her romance with Timothée started swirling in April of 2023. So I think, again, like they were on the outs. You know, this was an on and off thing for a while. So Sarah, give us a brief overview of their relationship timeline.
Okay, so April 2023, rumors begin. And then May 2023, Kylie's car was spotted at Timmy's house. And then gas. Then September 2023, they go public at Beyonce's Renaissance Tour and the US Open. And then fall-winter 2023, they appear together at a bunch of events like the Golden Globes. There's always like cutaways of her like watching him. March 2024, they're seen leaving the Vanity Fair Oscar party together. And yeah, and then a love story was born.
A love story was born, which is crazy that it's been basically 2 years.
Yeah, like what is time?
What is time?
That question makes me feel sick to my stomach. I don't know.
I just don't feel like this is a casual fling, but then I'm like, wait, they're dating for 2 years, and that's a long ass time in Hollywood years.
Yeah.
I don't feel sick to my stomach for any reason other than time is scanning. They have a lot to talk about, which we'll get into later.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right, so let's kick it off with Kylie. Dana, tell us about her big three and take us through some key placements in her chart.
All right, buckle up. She was born on August 10th, 1997 in Los Angeles, California at 5:25 p.m. And she has a Leo sun, a Scorpio moon, and a Capricorn rising. So also if anyone cares to pull up her chart, you'll notice that she has a lot of placements that are debilitated and a few dignified placements. So she's a good example of a successful person with I guess a mix of debilitated and a few dignified placements. But I just bring this up because I know that people could get maybe,
stressed when they see that.
When they find out that when they hear the word debilitated or whatever, especially
it is kind of it is a stressy word.
Yeah, of course it is. And it's not for no reason. And when I explain to people in readings what the experience is, no one has said, it's true, but it doesn't prevent you from living the life you want to live, I think. So her sun is domicile in Leo, her moon's in fall in Scorpio, her Mercury is domicile and exalted in Virgo, her Venus is in fall in Virgo, her Mars is detriment in Libra, Jupiter in Aquarius, and then her Saturn is in fall in Aries. So her domicile sun in Leo signifies celebrity and power. Leo placements feel pressure to look a certain way often, and because they always feel like they're being looked at, and they are. So it's sort of it's not like a chicken or egg, but it is a pathology that comes from experience. And Kylie's looks have obviously been subject to public scrutiny since she was a minor.
Yeah, a lot more than Kendall's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, she changed her looks more significantly, I guess.
She has the best face transplant I've ever seen. And I don't mean that pejoratively or as a dig at all. I think, I'm sure she acknowledges it to her people who know her.
It's interesting, too, that her Venus is in Virgo, and it's right on her North Node, because I feel like her direction in life is about being so, to me, precise. I know all of her sisters also are so hairless and, put together, but I feel like her, especially from a young age, was very precise with her beauty. She had a very signature beauty look that involved doing a lot of contouring, doing a lot of lip stuff, doing a lot of eyebrow stuff.
Yeah. And in the ninth, it's interesting that she's both idolized and sort of she's not an educator, but
she is the face that people take when they go to the med spa and they want filler or lips. She became the poster child of doing that, which I feel again, Venus and Virgo, it is you being so hypercritical about your features.
Absolutely.
And beauty. Yeah.
So her sun placed in the natal 8th house definitely plays a part in all of this, because we lack control in this house and others often feel entitled to the energy with this placement or with whatever energy of the planet that you have in that, in the 8th house. But also, one observation I've made about people who have their suns in the 8th house that I actually can't recall reading in any books, doesn't mean it's not there, is that they just tend to excel in business. And she obviously has. And
she's from such a rich family.
Yeah. And her moon's in Scorpio, which is a sign of its fall. So this adds mystery, depth, sensitivity, and heartache. The moon is the mother in astrology, and Kris Jenner is a Scorpio sun. So this makes sense. Kris holds immense psychological power and influence over Kylie. And the sun in Leo needs to be seen. But I kind of like this for them because the synastry provides an outlet for Kylie to be seen from her lunar perspective instead of just her sun. So it's a deeper, I think, validation. And also maybe being they're not normal people. So I don't know what it would be to be Mom, I need a new face. And for her to be I know that that's exactly what you need and we're going to get it for you, sweetie. You know what I mean? But I feel that's kind of what happened here. And I know it sounds like I'm being a bitch, but I do mean this in kind of in a neutral, positive way.
And it's interesting because obviously it's hard to say that anyone in the Kardashian-Jenner clan is private because that's not how they make their money or how they live their life. But I do feel remember when Kylie was pregnant, there were rumors, but she didn't announce it until after the baby was born with her first baby.
True.
She kept that on lock. So I feel there is
the baby
a
on
lot
the Super Bowl, 2018 Super Bowl, I think. Stormy.
I don't know. Interesting. It's moon in Scorpio makes sense for her, I feel
Yeah. And her moon's in the 11th house of audience and goodwill. So she's sensitive to other people and can perhaps be easily influenced if she's not careful, but also wields great influence. And I think mostly can really keep people emotionally attached to her, even though sort of like you just said, her moon in Scorpio is intensely private. So it sort of like opens her up to, I don't know, to like pandemonium, crazy fans, but also she's able to sort of control the narrative. And her moon is ruled by Mars, which is in detriment in Libra. So this is a judicious but conflict avoidant placement. Her Mars is conjunct her natal midheaven, and this reflects her business prowess. So Kylie's Capricorn rising is also unsurprising. Capricorn's a sign of business, and she was branded as, like we already said, the youngest self-made billionaire. Her Cap rising is ruled by Saturn, which is in fall in Aries, and it's conjunct her natal IC, which is the root of the chart. So like the root of your soul. And her natal Saturn in Aries opposes her natal Mars, which is again detriment in Libra. So this is Mars opposite Saturn is a tough aspect to have. I would know because I have it. But both of her placements are debilitated. And this aspect definitely indicates someone who had to take on adult responsibilities very early in life, perhaps before they were ready, perhaps before their mind had like developed to grasp them, or perhaps maybe she developed, these things just earlier than her peers, like having children earlier, having a business earlier.
Right. I mean,
things I probably don't know about.
The show aired when she was 10.
Yeah. So this definitely is like a
when they were filming it, she was probably only 9 years old. And that like thrust everyone into this like.
It's so wild. That's so when I think I watched it when it began.
It is really interesting though, too, because it's her fourth house. It's like family. It's what's private. And then opposite it is the 10th house where her Mars is there, her midheaven's there, her Chiron's there. And it's like putting all of that for the world to see.
Yeah. She's exposed without consent, really. Or, having one's like boundaries violated or compromised is definitely included. Also, Saturn in Aries adds shock value. So Capricorn's typically like the reserved placement, but having her chart ruler in fall in Aries, a sign that really wants to be seen, that's loud, shakes shit up a bit.
I don't know. How do you feel, Sarah? Do you think is there anything that surprises you in this chart?
I'm just like fascinated by her Venus conjunct the North Node. And I think too, her having a Scorpio moon makes sense. I feel like she is a little quiet. What do her and like Timmy talk about? Because it's like, I feel like she's not at least to me, not really a very talkative person.
True. That's true.
Like on the show, I feel like it's all of her sisters just screaming. And then her and Kendall are kind of just like there sitting in the room on her phone.
Kendall's always like having someone come over and like shake rocks over her and being like, I have anxiety. Like the most recent clips I've seen have been like, I don't know what I'm watching anymore.
But I think also too, her Chiron's in Libra, and that to me speaks a lot to like the pain of having your looks dissected in the public eye, because her face has changed a lot. She's obviously very pretty right now, but we watched her grow up during the most like awkward parts of your life when your face is like coming together. And I do feel like people were like pretty mean to her about how she looked, even though she was like just a kid.
Yeah, poor Kylie. She's the one. Kylie. Maybe it's because I like Timothée and they're dating, but I feel a sense of goodwill towards her, although I'm not really a fan of the fam. I don't really care about them though, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's my favorite.
It's cool about her 8th house sun, because I'm like, you are like from such a rich, famous family.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're known for.
That is sort of like a famous for being famous almost, or like being endowed with fame. Inheriting
Jupiter
fame,
in the
I guess we could say.
house. I feel like Jupiter in the second house is cool. Obviously, like a lot of money. Also, Uranus is there. It's in Aquarius. And well, we all know Kris Jenner sent her up, but her business is an online business. Like she makes a lot of money on social media, and it's like in Aquarius. So
also her 5th house in Taurus. I feel like, okay, so having her 5th house be Taurus, which is like passion projects and like being famous for having a lip kit,
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And then also being like a beauty mogul with having the Libra midheaven and Mars there. And Chiron, because she became interested in beauty because of her own sort of like
Hurdles. Also, I guess it is pretty Scorpio moon in the 11th house to like not give people information of how you got your lips done. Remember when she was like,
oh, yeah, I suck on a cup.
And then everybody was like giving themselves blood blisters, like sucking on cups. No one said anything, and all these kids had like busted up faces. And then she was like,
they were selling like lip suction cups for people to like suck their mouth on.
Or then she was like, "Oh, I just overlined my lips," and then
that was awesome. I love that one.
It is so funny. Like, just say you got lip filler. Like, we all know. Yeah. Anyways, Scorpio moon.
Also, at this point, we have to just be able to be like, this person got lip filler. I don't, because I can see that their lips are a different size, and it's fine.
Yeah.
If you like it, you like it. Girl, get it.
I'm in the club. I love lip filler. Get the lip filler.
Get your lips filled.
Tell people or don't tell people, but maybe don't let thousands of young girls like fuss up their face.
I know I don't want people to get hurt ever, but remembering that I am enjoying that a little bit.
I guess it did make sense because it was like, okay, first you believe that like you're sucking on a shot glass will somehow make your lips bigger. Then that obviously progressed to eating Tide Pods, like step 1 of 2. So enough about Kylie. Next up, we have Timmy. He is an American and French actor. His accolades include a Screen Actors Guild Award. He's also been nominated twice for Academy Awards. He's won 4 British Academy Film Awards and 4 Golden Globe Awards. So he is an actor for sure.
He's an actor. And his breakthrough role was in Call Me By Your Name with Armie Hammer. R.I.P. No, just kidding. He's still alive, but his career is not. He was also in Lady Bird, Little Women, Dune 1 and 2. He played Willy Wonka in Wonka, and he played Bob Dylan, for which he was nominated for the aforementioned Oscar.
And he's considered to be among... Oh, okay. One day. I mean, he's going to win one.
He's going to be a EGOTer for sure.
But he should have won... I didn't see the movie and I don't really care about the Oscars, but after I saw Adrian Brody's speech, I now hate that man.
Adrian Brody's speech was so shitty.
So
what did he say?
Like for 6 minutes and then no one got to see Best Actress. My girl, what's her name? I can't even remember.
Mikey Madison.
Mikey Madison. So she wasn't on the broadcast.
They tried to play him off and he was so rude about it. He was like, I've done this before. Don't shush me.
Which is exactly what you should get off the stage, you weirdo.
That's exactly what you should get off the stage.
I don't know.
That is really uncomfortable.
I'm never going to try and watch him again.
I do want to watch after this. I'm going to look it up and see what it was like. Okay, but back to Timothy. He is considered to be one of the most talented actors of his generation. He's also known as a sex symbol. There was a term coined for his kind of style, which is called a noodle boy. And it's because you are you're like a little thin, tall man, and you serve as like an alternative image of white masculinity.
I can't speak enough on how much I hate these like little terms.
Noodle boys.
Noodle boys.
It's like the follow-up to like rats, hot rats. What were they called?
That. I hate all of it. These terms are so fucking annoying.
Oh my God. But to turn his noodle boy image around, Timothée has made it known that he is an avid sports fan. In his youth, he aspired to be a professional soccer player. He appeared on ESPN's College Game Day as a guest picker for the 2024 College Football Championships. And he really impressed viewers and analysts with his, picks for the matchups. He was
generation's best actor, surprised people with lines that he could have memorized.
Yeah, then he could memorize a few things about sports, and he goes on ESPN and everyone's like, whoa.
He's cool because he can charm both men and women and theys and thems, I think.
It's true.
People don't like him, and I suspect it's because they're jealous.
He's a charmer. It's true.
So besides being an actor and his love of sports, he also has a previous dating history prior to Kylie. He dated Lourdes Leon, a.k.a. Madonna's daughter, Lily Rose Depp, a.k.a. Johnny Depp's daughter. Is it Gonzalez? Did I say that?
I think so. Wow, so he has a Nepo baby streak.
Or she's somehow related to a Mexican diplomat, I believe.
I should look that up. But, I mean, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
She is pretty.
Yeah,
she's a Mexican
She also had a face transplant. A really good one, like an excellent face transplant.
She does kind of look like Kylie.
Look at her before and after.
For sure. Oh, she was in Baby Driver. I'm looking before and after.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. She kind of does. She also had a kind of a similar thing to Kylie.
She's stunning. Stunning work.
But yeah, amazing for her. But back to Timmy. What's his big three?
Okay. He was born on December 27th, 1995 in New York at 9:16 p.m. And he has a Capricorn sun, a Pisces moon, and a Virgo rising.
Wow. So a Capricorn brother.
Yes. Another Christmas baby. I'll get in like little loops where I just scroll reels of Timothée. And one of them was of him talking about how he just doesn't get Christmas presents. And then the person was like, how do I say your name? He was like, just say it however you want. I was like, he's such a Capricorn. Like he wasn't being a dick about it. He was like, oh, like he was being like humble. Like, I don't care how, pronounce my name however you feel comfortable.
I know. That's how I kind of feel, not to make it about me being born on Christmas, but I feel like whenever people ask me now, like, how does it feel to have a birthday on Christmas? I'm always like, yeah, that kind of sucks now. And then this girl at Trader Joe's was like, I hope this year you have a great birthday. And I was like, wow, I probably sound so Eeyore when I talk about it, but I don't really mean it. It's just like, I mean, everyone gets presents on my birthday.
Everyone is blessed with having Capricorns in their life. So his Capricorn sun is dedicated to his craft. And although he has enjoyed success at a young age, he intends to play the long game. I mean, which I know because he's told us, but also because of his chart. And so his sun is in his 5th house, which is the house of art for art's sake. And this is to say it's not art produced for product, right? It's a passion project. It's in a massive stellium with his exalted Mars and his Mercury and also the outer planets Neptune and Uranus. And so this combination indicates innovation and the ability to tap into something greater or otherworldly while also still maintaining genuine humility and a strong work ethic. His sun is ruled by Saturn in Pisces in his 7th house of collaborations and competition. And his Saturn is conjunct his natal moon. The moon in Pisces is sensitive and sweet, yet powerfully intuitive. And moon in Pisces is vulnerable to outside energies. And this can often make it prone to escapism, which can include like substance abuse or just unhealthy coping mechanisms. So acting is a pretty great healthy outlet for this energy. And also, you guys, I love him, so I'm not impartial, but I don't really know him personally at all, but this is what the chart is speaking to me. And Saturn is conjunct his moon, which really grounds this placement. Of course, Saturn is a grounding energy. And his Virgo ascendant is curious, provocative, intelligent, and ruled by his natal Mercury in Capricorn. I bet he's great at observational humor, which I think Virgo is the best at. And Virgo and Capricorn are both earth signs, which means they value tangible material reality. And so artists are branded as dreamers, but their work is tangible, right? Like in an increasingly digital world, this is like such a stretch, but like in an increasingly digital world, like an artist produces work, which can be seen, felt, touched, read. And so Mercury is intellect and it's in his 5th house of creativity. And so acting, I think, provides him the ability to study himself, like, through other roles. And he can like see his work. He can watch himself work, which I think is interesting. And also his Mercury is conjunct Neptune, which makes it more open and convertible. So he's able to, change his expression and just be a master artist.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, we both have insane Capricorn stellium, so I respect that. I also feel Capricorn Mercuries are so funny, in my opinion.
They have a good earth sign, water sign overlap. It's not the same placements, but like, she's Capricorn rising. He has a lot of Capricorn. She's a Virgo Venus. He's a Virgo rising. I'm surprised. And obviously we'll get into this in our part 2, part 2 episode. But yeah, I guess I'm surprised at even just the top line similarities that they have.
Yeah, I knew you would be.
I knew you would be. I also, though, like that he has a Pisces moon. It is so, like, theater.
Yeah, so
Be like
shape-shifting.
Yeah, definitely.
And
then
earnest. This is a very earnest. I was talking to my friends about theater kids, and I was like, what is it that makes the energy repellent? And my friend said the fear of earnestness. And I was like, I guess that's it. I think that is it. Like there's a deep fear of earnestness, but his earnestness also is very alluring, right? So he's the last boss of theater kids.
Well, I think too, there's a difference between like theater kids love to just be seen. And I feel like a lot of times the reason why you're like, can you stop, is because you could feel that they're like so desperate to get attention and to have a spotlight on them. So you're like, oh, okay, like you could stop now. Like you're just making this weird for everyone. Whereas I've never met him, but I think there's something different where you just kind of are like this and being able to like crack a joke.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you enjoy it, not because you want people to be like,
you're not attention seeking.
I think an appropriate analog for this is the people who are like influencers or whatever, or aspiring influencers on Instagram who talk all day about business and what billionaires do and how billionaires wake up this early and how what you need to do and like how you need to be regimented. But obviously, none of the, very successful business people who they idolize are on Instagram talking about it.
It's also like he has Jupiter in Sagittarius. Like that is so fun.
And it rules his moon and squares it too. So it's like effervescent.
But because he is so Capricorn, it kind of takes away from the need for spotlight. It's like I'm just having fun and I'm being serious about this or whatever. And I have a dry, funny sense of humor. But I know I'm not that special, kind of. So it's like, you don't need to look at me. Yeah, but I know you think I
loved his speech that he gave when he was like, I aspire to be one of the greats. It's like, shouldn't we hope? Well, isn't that what we want for people to like aspire and work hard? Like that's excellent. Thank you.
And also, I bet he will. He has his midheaven in the 9th house.
He already is one of the greats, to be honest.
Yeah, people has already said he's like the best actor of his generation or whatever.
Absolutely.
But that is so like icon.
Ask me what movies I've seen him in. Little Women and Willy Wonka. We just realized I'm like singing his praises, and those are the only 2 movies I've seen.
I don't think I've actually seen him in a movie.
Now you just watched Lady Bird, you said.
Oh yeah, no, I have seen Lady Bird. That is true.
You were a little late on Lady Bird.
Yeah, no, I saw him in Lady Bird, and he just plays like a cool rich kid. So I feel like that's not even like
that's not even really like the breadth of his acting. I can't believe you haven't seen Call Me by Your Name, you haven't seen Dune, you haven't seen A Complete Unknown. Oh my God, you don't even know. You haven't even scratched the surface of
Dune
Timothée.
Are a really big turnoff to me.
Yeah, I don't like anything with a large worm. Like I don't.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just knew that. Where the whole landscape is sand.
Yeah, I don't really like sci-fi stuff.
Yeah. It was fun to watch in the theater.
If someone brought me, I would watch it. But it's not something I'm going to go do.
All right. Well, now you guys know a little bit about Timothée and Kylie and their respective charts. So we're going to end part 1 there. And in part 2, we'll discuss their synastry, their Davison chart, and predictions on if we think this romance is going to last. Thank you guys so much again for listening. I'm Elise.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is Allegedly Astrology. Ciao.
Ciao.